Going back, we did the distributive property. You'll just have to look back and see what we did because I'm not going to go backwards. On this one then, on the letter A. So this one is not done, so I'm going to go to the other side. So when I distribute the first one, I should have 87 times what?
38.
87 times 38. And then I've got to go back and distribute 87 times what?
74.
So what's missing here?
74.
The 74. Then I'll look at this one. This one's something missing, so I'm going to go to one where there's nothing missing. So I go 5 times what first?
50.
5 times what?
80.
5 times 80. So guess what's missing here?
5.
The 5. 5 times 80 plus 5 times what?
50.
And I've got the 5 times 50, so that's what's missing. This last one, I'm missing something, so I'll go to this one. 325 times 7, do we have that? Yes. Plus 325 times what?
8.
So what's missing? The 8. And then I'll let you finish this up later. On the puzzle itself, what you do is where you see the 7, you take your answer, you put the letter L. So where you see the 7, you put the letter L. Where you see on this 11, my answer, the 11, I'll put the letter I. And there might be more than one. In fact, here's another one right here. There's no more. Are there? Here's the third one. Then on 25, you're going to put what letter?
C.
You're going to put the letter C. And so on. So I'm going to let you handle that a little bit later. So Matthew, go ahead real quick. Because I'll give you a couple of minutes because then we're going to start on the powers and exponents. So I'm going to go through and finish this while he's doing that. So that's going to be 25. So it's 3 is 1. Then we're going to finish the third. 21, 20 is S.
Are we going to be doing the powers and laws of exponent calculus?
Yes. Because this, we're going to put this away in just a few minutes. 8C. Okay. And then you're going to finish the rest of that.
Why was it at the end? Why is there a Y? I thought there was one with Y.
You could be right. Okay, so let me see. Oh, it's right here. It's 3. It was 3 times 61 and 3 times 49. So the 3 was missing. 3 goes with Y. Okay. All right. So you finish that up, and I can't wait for him. We need to get started on this. So set this aside right now, because that is very easy work, and we're going to start on the powers of exponent. This is number 45. You should have that in front of you. Is there anybody that does not have this? Does everybody have this packet? All right. So here we go. So it states that the exponent tells how many times the base is, I always say, is stacked up. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to stack it up and put a 3. We're already on the powers right here, so pick that up. So all you do is, if I see -8 to the third, I unstack it, and it would look like this: -8 times -8 times -8. I don't know. We'll see. So let's go ahead and look at those. So that relates to some of these. So on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 6 to the what power? 6 to the 5th. On this one, 3 to the 7.
7 to
Okay, then this one
Times 7 to the third times 5 to the 4th.
times 5 to the what power? 4th. And I think some of those answers are here. If I got them all on, I don't know. Right. So this is kind of a little bit of review. Let's go down to this line. So on this one, what base is the same and how many of them are there?
No negatives.
Negative 5 to what power? To the third power times what?
Times -4.
Times -4. Yeah, you can put 1, but 1 is implied if you don't write it. So, and some of these got cut off. Oh, so sorry. But that would be this one down here. And what about this one?
-9 is the second. To the
-9.
second.
And make sure the whole thing is in parentheses. So the whole thing is in parentheses to the second. And then what?
Times -2
-2 to the third. And that's one that got cut off. It is this one. Right. Then this one's easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be what? -21 to the 5th power. And it got cut off. The exponent got cut off. So it's that one. So pick the one that's closest. And then when it says evaluate, you're going to, I always say, unstack and solve. So we're going to look at a couple of those. So let's look at, I like the ones with the negatives. Well, we'll do this one. So this one, anything to the 0 power is what? Is 1. Then this one, write in factored form. In other words, you're going to unstack it, which is 3. How many 3's?
4.
3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 9 times 9 is what?
81.
It's going to be 81. So check your answers. They should be over here somewhere. It's up here.
81 greater than 12.
Right. Now, this one is going to be what? What would I write on this one?
To the power. -7 times 7.
Okay, wait, Christian, what?
-7 to the
So how would I expand it? What is it going to look like expanded?
-7, and they're all in parentheses.
Are they all in
Just
parentheses?
one of them is it.
I don't see any parentheses.
Oh.
I don't see any parentheses. What is being cubed? Here's my question. What is being cubed? Is the -7 being cubed, or is it the 7 that's being cubed? Where's the 0? What?
What do you mean?
Okay. All right, so girls and boys, what is being cubed? The -7 or the 7?
The 7. The 7.
Okay, here's the difference. Okay, on this one, what is being cubed? The -7 or just the 7? The whole entire -7. But this one, do you have parentheses?
No.
So the only thing that's being cubed is what that exponent is hitting. It's hitting just the 7. So this should look like a -7 times 7 times 7. It's not 21. Okay, the difference is this one, in fact, I'll rewrite it up here. So -7 to the third, that everything inside the parentheses is being multiplied. Okay. But on this one, if I have -7 to the third, that exponent is only hitting the 7. So the only thing that you're putting the exponent to is that 7. So this one, this negative is all by itself, but then I've got the 3 7s. And that makes, yeah, but it makes a big difference if you have, like if this were a 4, I would know it's a positive, but if you have a 4 here, my answer is going to end up being negative if I actually multiply it, because this one is not being to the 4th power. So let's go back on this one. 7 times 7 is what?
49.
And you might need some paper. Right now we'll find a spot here. And then 49 times another 7. 28, 29, 34. Yeah, it's 343, but then the sign is going to be what? Negative. And it's right here. And this one is, if I expanded this, what is this going to be?
125.
Okay, but that's not what I'm asking. If it's, if this,
5 times 5.
very good, because again, that negative is not inside of parentheses. So there's one negative and there's 3 5s. And then we can do it mentally. It's going to be what number?
125. I don't see the answer on there though.
And it's not there. It's, some of them I didn't get, so that's the answer, right? And then these are self-explanatory. You could do those. It says add or subtract. Hint, write each power in the standard form. Well, I don't think you can. I'm not going to put it in. No. Just go ahead and what is this in standard form? What's 7 times 7?
Because I think they want it to be 46 times 46.
Okay, hold on, sir. Okay, listen carefully. Wait a second. You never multiply an exponent. You never multiply a whole number times an exponent. That exponent just tells you how many 7s are stacked up. This is, so it's 49 plus 7, which is what? Okay, shh. So it's 50 what? 56? And that is there. And this one should be very easy. Can anybody see?
It should be 125.
All right, so 125 for 5 to the 3rd power minus what is this equal to? 1. So the answer is
2.
120 what?
124.
All right, 124. That's right there. All right, then flip it to the next one. Let me see. I don't see where they're giving you the division rule, so we're going to look at some of those. Okay.
Can we just skip it?
No, we're not going to skip it.
All
right, so, okay, let's quiet down. On this one, let me see. Okay, we're going to go to where the bases are the same in this section. Okay, if the bases are the same, technically, the rule is you take the top exponent minus the bottom one. And I'll get a piece of paper, and if you need a piece of paper later, I have some, but I just want to go over the 27 so you can see what this means. On the 27, it's 12 to the 5th over 12 to the 3rd. Now they're jumping right in and they're telling you that that means that...
Please send Joseph Cantabati to the clinic, please.
Okay. That means that you take the top exponent and you subtract the bottom exponent, which makes it 12 to the what exponent? 2. But now, why is that a 2? Okay, I subtracted, but give me another reason why that's going to be a 2. Yes, Christian?
Because both numbers are the same, so if you ended up doing the 5 to the 12, that would end up equaling that.
Awesome. In other words, yeah, so in other words, if I expanded this to 12 times 12 times 12 times 12 times 12, and the bottom one, 12 times 12 times 12, how many 12s could I cancel out and make 1?
3.
So 12 divided by 12 is 1. That's a 1. 1. And how many 12s are left?
2.
2. And that's how we get 12 to the 2nd. Because if I canceled out 3 of them, more of them are going to be on top. And in fact, I don't think we have it today, but if I had it reversed, if I had 12 to the 3rd over 12 to the 5th, and I do that regular subtraction, 12, the top one minus the bottom one, it's going to give me a negative 2. Did you have negative powers last year?
No, a little bit.
Okay, we'll have it more this year. So, but what this means basically, and by the way, this one means 12 times 12, which is 144. This one, I'm not going to do it just yet. But if I did that canceling method, if I did 12 times 12 times 12 over 12, is Charlie not here today? 12 times 12. I'm trying to record every day, so if anybody needs to go back, it's going to be on there. Alrighty. So if I did this one, how many would cancel out? 3. And where would I have 12s left in? The numerator or denominator?
Denominator.
So I put a 1 up here, 1 over 12 squared, which is 1 over 144. Which means that later on, pretty soon, when we get this kind of negative, it means it's in the wrong spot. It means that rather than stay on top, it's going to go to the bottom, and we change it to a positive. And then it translates to this. But we shall do that later. But let's continue on with this one. Fred. All right, so on this one's pretty easy. This is going to be, to simplify, I don't know if they want, they don't want the final, I don't think they want the final answer. So who knows what this is going to simplify to?
94. Oh, 93.
We're not simplifying because on 27
Yeah, we're not actually getting, we're going to leave it in exponent form. So, but there is something I should do first. Fred, what?
So, 110. Yes.
La 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 la. Where's that coming from?
Wait, I know the answer, like, fully simplified. It's like 8 to the 9, 8 over 9. The full answer.
Fact check him.
Like that.
Okay.
It's false.
All right. False. All right. Fred, pay attention. So anybody, what's 9 to the 0 power?
1.
So this is 9 to the 4th divided by 1. So what's your final answer? 9 to the power 4. Okay, shh, quiet down so we can get done, please. And some of these answers, here it is right here. Okay. So that is there. Then using, by the way, how many 13s could I cancel it out if I listed all the 13s on the top and all the 13s on the bottom?
2.
I could cancel out how many? 2. How many would I have left over?
6.
On the top or bottom? Aren't there more on the top?
Oh, on the top.
Yeah. So, or I could use my subtraction rule. Is 13, take the top exponent minus the bottom. What's my final answer?
6.
13 to the 6th power.
That's just gonna be easy.
Yeah, but you should start just seeing, if I unstacked all these, there'd be 8. If I unstack these, there'd be 2 13s. I can cross out 2. I'd have 6 of them left. Then, look at the number 30. Who knows what this is going to be?
24.
Okay, Sam, what?
24 to the power 4.
Yeah, 24 to the power of 4. And then when you do, I'm not going to do these, but I'm going to put these in a different form for you. Oh, this one's simple.
Oh, 8 to 0.
It's
No, because you want it's 1. It's 1 divided
Because,
by 1.
girls and boys, if I put 8 to the 0 over 8 to the 0, that is 8, 0 minus 0, which is what?
0.
Which is 8 to the 0 power, which is just what?
1.
Which is 1. So it's going to equal 1 or those. And in fact, it's right here. 8 to the 0 is equal to 1. Okay, Fred. And then when you're doing these, set it up as a fraction and you're going to be able to see it a little bit better. I'm not going to go over this answer. I want you to figure it out. So those are pretty easy. Then,
Wait, the multiplication? You want to solve it?
okay, on these, no, you're just showing it in I think you're just showing it in exponent form. Let me see. Hold on a second. These up, okay, Christian. These up here, look here. On the top, you're actually going to solve them. On these here, you're going to leave it in exponent form. So let's go back to the top and look at one of these. So I'm going to expand, this is a good one. I'm going to expand this one. These are not the same base. I can't just subtract. So who could tell me on this one, how many 20s would I have?
2.
And would I have 2 negatives? No, because it's not in the parentheses. So write it out. It's negative 20 times 20 over. How many 2's am I going to have on the bottom?
3.
How many negatives am I going to have? 1. So 1 and then 2 times 2 times 2. Now let's take care of the sign first. What's a negative divided by negative?
Negative.
Positive.
What's up, me?
A negative divided by a.
Okay, girls and boys. Christian, Sam, stop the comments. We need to go on. All right, on this one, negative divided by negative is a positive. Now, okay, excuse me, I'm still waiting. Okay, then move up. Alrighty, then what I would do here, what's 20 divided by 2? So I'm going to cross this out, make that a 10. What's 20 divided by 2? That's 10. 10 times 10 is 100 divided by 2. Your answer is going to be 50. This came out to be 100. We had a 2 left over. 100 divided by 2 is 50. All right, Fred, quiet. I need to get this done. Say, girls and boys, you have to save your comments. Alrighty, so again, these are not the same base. You need to take, these here should be easy. But again, I would take the time, I'll help you with this one. So this one is, how many 10s are there?
3.
So 10 times 10 times 10 over how many 5s?
2.
So 5 times 5. Now I would use the canceling technique again. What's 10 divided by 5? 10 divided by 5 is 2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then times what?
Wait, times 4 times 10.
Hold on, but I'm just looking at this 10. Bring down your 10. So finish that up, because we had 2 times that 10. What's your final answer? 40. Right. And that answer is there. So again, these top ones, you're actually going to solve them out. These, you leave it in exponent form. Let me see, let me look at the time. Right. I think we'll wait on the word problem ones. So there's not that many to do. Flip it over, yes. Okay, let's quiet down, please. Flip it over to this one. So, and I'm just going to do a couple of these. What's the rule when you're multiplying? There's how many 5s here?
3.
There's how many more?
2.
So all together there are how many 5s?
5.
So it's going to be 5. So you add your exponents. 5 to the 5th power, it is the letter W. And I'll put it right here, and then you can fill it out later.
So you don't even do the public, right?
Yeah, because you've got an answer bank, you don't have to do it. All right, then again, when you're multiplying, you just add your exponents. So are these pretty easy?
Yeah.
But here's now a division. On the division, do you add your exponents? You subtract your exponents. So those should be pretty easy. All of these should be pretty easy. All of these should be pretty easy. Now it says write the expression without exponents, which means they want you to get the exact number. But if it's a base 10, it should be simple. For example, 10 to the 3rd, and then this is 10 to the what power? 1. So altogether, that's 10 to the what?
4.
Now, all that means is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. How many zeros would there be? 4. So it's going to be 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4. 10,000. So base 0 or base 10 should be easy. So that's going to be the letter E. Okay. Where do you see that? Where do you see that, Fred? Don't invent things. Fred, just chill. You're taking up our time. Okay. All right, on this one, again, you're going to have if this isn't, listen carefully, if this isn't, well, let's go ahead and apply the signs first. So this is going to be, oh no, I don't want to, yes I do. Negative 10 to the what power? To the, Fred, okay, save yourself right now. The 12 minus the 7 is going to be what? 5. So is that going to be, first thing, is that going to be a positive or negative? Negative because it's an odd exponent. It'll give you odd amount of negatives. It's going to be a negative. And guess how many zeros there's going to be? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. No, sir. It's going to be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. When you multiply this 100, times that is 1,000, times that is 10,000, times that is 100,000.
Yes, sir.
It is the, Christian, I need you to stop. I'm getting ready to send some emails. Alrighty, so again, all of those are the same. The only one here, and it's not very difficult, is you need to name the missing exponent. So remember, when you're multiplying, you're adding your exponents. 5 plus what will give you 10?
3.
So that exponent must be a 3. And you're going to find your answer and cross it off. When you're dividing, what do you do with your exponents?
Subtract.
You subtract. So they're saying that if you have a fraction, 12 to the 10th divided by 10 to the nth, and it comes to 12 to the 2, what would you subtract? 8 minus what will give you 2?
8.
An 8. So that exponent has to be, no, maybe I did.
10.
Okay. 10 minus what will give you 2 is going to be 8. So that exponent has to be an 8. And it is right there. Do you guys understand what you're going to do? So you're going to finish down to here. We'll skip the word problems for now. You're going to go back, finish any of these. These are simple. So again, the top is exponent form. Look at the ones we've already modeled. We got the actual answer on these. And then you're going to do this. Again, the rest of those, fill in any gaps. We don't have a lot. Okay, guess what? You're an advanced class. The expectation is a little bit higher for you. So